Hi, this is CMajor inviting you to tune in to tomorrow's podcast. I hope you can join me on the CMajor Radio Show. If you are a podcaster, if you are a teacher, if you are a student listening to the show with your parents, if you are one of my Facebook friends or my Twitter followers, please feel free to tune in to the CMajor Radio Show tomorrow. This is the first time I'm offering a pre-show that you can download prior to the show. What I want to do is to spark conversation about the topics that I will be offering on the CMajor Radio Show ahead of time. So if you're the type of person like me that likes to be prepared, then feel free to download this prior to the show. That also gives you a chance to email me prior to the show so you can ask me questions about the topics. Also, to find out if there are any resources available that you can read along as you are listening to the podcast. So I invite all of that. I welcome your feedback. I welcome you to subscribe to my website, CMajorPorter.com, because if you do, then I can send this to you privately as well. So, two things: exclusive download of this video and also a private offering of what I will be talking about on upcoming shows. So, speaking of upcoming shows, which is tomorrow, let me tell you a little bit more about tomorrow's topic. So, let me just glance at my laptop real quick. Do you want to know why practice is a new approach? If you practice 5 to 6 minutes a day, 5 days a week, you'll start to see improvement in your music making. If you don't, you won't. So, tomorrow's topic is Win the Battle of Music Making. Practice. So what I did was I diverted from the whole idea of practice, which is what you normally hear people say, but I added a little bit more. I said practice. Why? Because if you practice 5 to 6 minutes a day, 5 days a week, you'll start to see improvement in your music making. If you don't, you won't. I used to say to students, if you practice 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, you'll see success in your music making. If you don't, you won't. I find that I can no longer say the latter with my students. So listen to tomorrow's podcast to find out more about why I can't say that anymore with my students. I'm just finding that everyone is just super busy, and I have to make allowances for that. So we just live in a time now where it's going to be so important to be able to work with students where they are and at the same time just meet them where they are in their music making and just help them as much as you can. And what I'm happy about is that a lot of my students want to learn to play music the right way, meaning they really want to become musically literate. I had thought that my students wanted to learn to play by chords and by ear, mostly, and for the most part they do, but when they're done with that, at the end of the day, they really want to be able just to pick up any piece of sheet music and feel confident that they know what to do with it. So I hope you'll join me on tomorrow's podcast. I look forward to seeing you. One more thing I wanted to mention. I do have a list of things, but I said to feel free to sign up to the website and to receive updates about the show and various episodes. Also, I mentioned social media, podcasters, teachers, students, inviting you to tune in to the show as well, friends on social media. I have resources that I'm going to be offering for download. So resources are upcoming for download. Hashtags, that's the one thing I really wanted to mention. So if you're tuning into tomorrow's podcast, then the tags are practice, music, music news, musicians, piano, piano music, piano theory, piano lessons, time management, improvement, improve your life, and calendar, and of course, CMajor's Classroom. So join me over at CMajor's Classroom because if you had watched me last week on YouTube and the week before, what I did was to offer some reading. So now what I'm planning to do is to list that reading on my CMajor's Classroom website, which is over at WordPress. So go to cmajorsclassroom.wordpress.com for those listings of the homework reading, and also some fun pictures, some fun memes that I'm creating using cartoon-like characters and using cartoonish words. And so I just try to make it fun visually and just to keep it fun. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and have a great day. And go out if you can, or stay in and make music. But whatever you do, make music. I'll see you soon. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. Take care.